Hey guys, Mr. Kyle at myersmathematics.com. We're going to talk about the factoring series that I'm going to do coming up. So in the month of September, there are 30 days, and I'm going to do a video every day except on Sundays, and they're going to be on factoring. Now, it's going to be regular factoring, not the intense factoring. So for instance, something like this, right? X squared plus 4x plus 4. Right? And just because I'm doing this example here doesn't mean I'm not going to do it later. I'm going to do all the examples, and I'll tell you the specifics in a second. But I'm going to do examples like this, where you don't have anything in front of the x squared. Right? So it's fairly easy. So this is for anyone that's just learning factoring, and they want to see what it looks like to factor basically any problem like this. I'm going to do a different couple problems each day. So for instance, what I'm going to do here is I take the 4, and there's two different things that get 4 when I multiply, right? 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. 1 times 4, when I add, gives me 5. 2 plus 2 gives me 4. When I add 2 and 2, I get 4. And I'm adding the factors because I want to add to get the middle number, which is 4, which means that my factors that I want are going to be 2 and 2. So all I do is take an x, and it's a positive 2 there as well. So positive 2 there, positive 2 here, and there we go. There's my answer. So I'm going to be doing examples just like this, showing you how to factor really easily. They're going to be videos that are either going to be 3 or 4 problems, depending on the day. So 3 problems on odd days. Change colors here. And then 4 problems, or if I can spell, 4 problems on even days. All right, so I worked out the math, and if I don't do videos on Sundays, because that's my day of rest, I don't work on Sundays. If I don't do any videos on Sundays, then that means that in order to get all the videos that I want to put out for you guys, I'm going to need to give you guys 3 worked out problems on odd number days. So for instance, September 2nd, I'll put out 4 problems. September 3rd, put out 3 problems. And then it oscillates every other day. So the idea is to get through every problem that you could possibly want to factor, with some constraints, right? Because you could have really, really crazy numbers like x squared plus 100x plus whatever. So the constraints are this, right? And if you're familiar with the Pythagorean theorem, if you've seen that yet, then you know what this is. So when I go like this is the first number, right? This is the first number. This is the second number. And this is the third number. Right? So for instance, up here, the first number is 1. Right? There's a 1 here. Second number is 4, and the third number is also 4. Right? Third number is 4, second number is 4, first number is 1. So what I'm going to do here is the first number is always going to be equal to 1 for all of these problems, meaning it's just going to say x squared plus or minus blah, blah, blah. Okay, then the next numbers, it's going to be any middle number, any second number that's between -10 and 10, right? All integers or positive and negative whole numbers, so -10, -9, -8, blah, 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 all the way to positive 10, right? 8, 9, 10. So all the middle or second numbers that are between -10 and 10, that's what I'm going to do factoring videos on. And then for the third number, it's all the numbers. So the third number is going to be all the numbers between -20 and 20, right? As long as the middle number has to be -10 or between -10 and 10 as well. So it's both. It's not just one or the other, right? So for all the numbers I worked out and all the different problems I worked out, if I created a problem where there was a number that was more than 10, or less than negative 10 for the middle number, or if there was a problem I worked out where it had a number less than negative 20 or more than 20 for the third number or the last number, then I didn't do it. I'm only giving you guys all the examples I can possibly think of that work, that are factorable, that are going to be between negative 10 and 10 for the middle number, negative 20 and 20 for the last number, and all of them have just 1 as the first number, meaning it's just x squared, plus or minus blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm going to do in the month of September. All right, so that's just right around the corner, and that's going to give you all the answers to all the basic factoring problems that you need to know. Right? I'm only going to solve them one way to keep the videos really short, but I believe that it's the easiest and fastest way to factor questions like that. All right, so stay tuned. It's going to answer all your factoring needs, and let me know in the chats if you need any other factoring problems answered, and I can maybe incorporate some of your problems that you request in there as well, even if they're outside of the constraints that I gave you guys. All right, this has been Mr. Kyle at myersmathematics.com. By the way, follow me on my Snapchat, mr.myersmath, so mr.myersmath. That's my Snapchat. You can send me a picture of the math problem that you're on, and I'll send you a picture of the answer. That's a free service that I provide, as well as my YouTube videos, and you can follow me on my blog as well at my website. And then, of course, I do private tutoring, and I'm working on creating some courses for you guys as well. That way you can ace your test, any test that you have coming up in math. All right, later.